for sure pick this book up. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Slowly but steady, I'm moving on. And not every song that I write is about you. I'm trying to forgive myself like you told me to do. And I guess you're moving on too. I didn't know how to receive your love, and it's not like you didn't give me enough. Broke off beautiful pieces of your own soul just to make me feel happy, make me feel whole. But it's late at night and I wonder if you could see me now, would you be proud? I'm doing all the things we dreamed about. Is it dumb that I'm still hanging on to us? Maybe it's time for me to adjust to being alone. You gave me more than I could ask for. You but I felt the need to keep slamming doors. No, I never meant to cause you harm, and it's good that we rang the alarm. Oh, but some nights I wish you would still be in my arms. I didn't know how to receive your love, and it's not like you didn't. Gave me enough, broke off beautiful pieces of your own soul, just to make me feel happy, make me feel whole. But it's late at night and I wonder if you could see me now, would you be proud? I'm doing all the things we dreamed about. Is it dumb that I'm singing on to us? Maybe it's time for me to adjust to being alone.
So it is now Sunday evening, and my voice is kind of coming back, but it's still a little like hoarse. I'll like lose it and it'll come back and then I'll lose it. It's definitely certain pitches that I can't go up to. But I've been reading We Used to Live Here by Marcus Clywer. I'm not sure how to say this. And I'm about a little over halfway through. I'm really enjoying this one because there are Morse code messages hidden throughout, and I would not have known that if it weren't for Lexi at Books with Lexi for mentioning that in one of her recent reading blogs. So thank you, Lexi, for that call out, because now everybody else who's reading this, I'm like, don't skip out on all the Morse code stuff. Anyways, earlier today I made sweet potato soup, which I've never made a soup from scratch before. So that was my first time, and I think it came out pretty well. I also learned that leeks are an alternative to onions. I never knew that. I always thought it was like bok choy for some reason. Yeah, I thought it was really good, and I froze like half of it, and the other half my partner and I are gonna split throughout the week. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to make curry, like a chicken coconut curry, because I have the ingredients for that, and then I'll have those two meals to kind of go between throughout the week. I'm gonna get back to reading, less talking and less straining my voice. As you can see, it's like starting to go out now, and hopefully I feel better tomorrow. Cross your fingers, because I do want to try to see some of my people for work, and I'm gonna be like, look, I'm gonna have you mostly do the talking. I will be doing the listening. I'm gonna enjoy my read in bed and let you know probably when I'm finished how it's going. So, good night.
If you could see me now, would you be proud? I'm doing all the things.
Good morning. It is Monday, and I am feeling a little bit better after taking a shower. I didn't read too much of my book last night, so I'm going to try to do a little bit today. I have 2 people that I'm going to see for work. Other than that, I'm just going to try to rest my voice a little bit and do a little bit of like admin work while I listen to this or I watch some booktube. So I'm going to go walk my pup now. I'll see if I get any cute footage of her, because people have been requesting, we need Daisy content. We need more Daisy content. So I'll try.
We both saw this coming from a mile away. We both know that there are bigger forces at play.
So I have just finished my 2 sessions for today. I am eating some soup. This is my sweet potato soup. Put some cashews in it. While I eat, I'm going to be watching Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading. I did start her video, but this is a realistic reading week. So I've got this and then some other booktube videos to watch. I'm probably going to work a little bit on my watch later list while I do a couple of notes and then relax, because I have Tuesday and Wednesday off. So the next 2 days I am off from work. Don't have to go into the office, just so I can focus on feeling better.
I guess it's for the best to feel the worst for a while. I put my trust in us like the lily of the Nile. So maybe it needs a break before it can work. Maybe we need to both look at the hurt. again. Oh, it's time to go from lovers back to friends. Oh, I still feel like you could be the one, but we both need freedom to run. Run wild, run free. There's so much more to see, like a diamond in the rough yet to be. So many needs to break before we can work. Maybe we need to both look at the hurt. Maybe we need to lose us to find ourselves again. Oh, it's time to go from lovers back to friends. Oh, it's time to go from lovers back to friends.
So I'm listening to We Used to Live Here While I'm Diamond Painting, and I just was at this part where there was some sort of written account of a video, because somehow this video has been wiped from the internet, and some people's even physical copies have just like totally stopped working, like some sort of weird conspiracy happened. Basically, it is this footage that was an account of a young boy who went into the house, the creepy house, and his friend opened this like door, and it looked like it led to a hospital of some sort, and his friend ended up just like in this catatonic state, couldn't move, and so the boy, I think his name was Andrew, decides to like get out of there, haul ass, and he's gotten caught or picked up or whatever, I don't know, something happened where he's giving his account to this detective, I think, and the detective basically ends up saying like, these people didn't exist, like who are you, like you're making up this stuff, but we do know your friend Billy or whatever, forget the boy's name, is in this catatonic state. What was his name? So the boy was Andrew that was giving his account. Oh, Peter. Peter was the boy, not Billy. I don't know why I thought Billy. But yeah, so that's been going on. I know I haven't like said what this book is really about. This guy shows up with his family and he says, hey, I used to live here as a child and I want to show my family my childhood home. We're like on our way to move across the country, and the main female character reluctantly agrees, and somehow the family just keeps like staying longer and longer because their daughter goes missing playing hide and seek, and they're just waiting for her to come out. A storm rolls through and they can't leave. It's like a snowstorm. And then the next day they were like, oh, we were waiting for you to come back, because the main character went next door to the neighbor's house, which was a little whiles away, to use the phone. There's like this whole thing with that family doesn't have a phone, and then the main character lost her phone, so she goes next door to use the neighbor's phone, and just creepy stuff starts happening. And I'm kind of wondering, at this point, I'm like 60-something% through, but I'm like, please, please, please do not let this be she's crazy. I don't know why, but to me, I feel like it's such a cop-out when authors do that, when they say like, oh, she's got schizophrenia or whatever, like all this crazy stuff starts happening, or she goes psychotic, or what. Like, please don't do this to me. Let this just be a haunted house story. Let it just be the paranormal taking over. That is what I want out of this book right now. But so far, I'm really enjoying my time. So back to reading I go.
Pick a movie, I'll pick you up, we'll go eat sushi, or we'll go downtown. With our best moves we can boogie. Oh my, we both look so fly, like sweet apple pie. Yeah, they want a piece of us. Oh my, when we drive on by, they just can't deny. Yeah, they wanna be like us. Na 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 na. We are goofy, playing tag like in the jacuzzi. We'll go upstairs. With our best moves we get groovy. My, oh my, we both look so fly, like sweet apple pie. Yeah, they want a piece of us. My, oh my, when we drive on by, they just can't deny. Yeah, they wanna be like us. Na 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 na. Just let them think that we are crazy when we drive around in our Mercedes. We're out all night or at home lazy. We're living like we're in the 80s. My, oh my, we both look so fly, like sweet apple pie. Yeah, they want a piece of us. My, oh my, when we drive on by, they just can't deny. Yeah, they wanna be like us. Na 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 na.
And cut you off, don't want to slip and fall in love, but we connect. Like what the fuck? Why is it like this? I so badly want to say we're done. I hope that you're the one. I try, but you won't let me run. Why is it like this? You give me too much attention. Oh, ooh, ooh, and you use it like a weapon. Oh, ooh, ooh, is it hell or heaven? Wish I knew it. What you doing? You make me crazy like kaleidoscope, blurring my vision, lead me on with invisible rope. You give me just enough to hold out hope, but I keep playing, baby. Here we go. You make me crazy like kaleidoscopes, blurring my vision, lead me on with invisible rope. You got me gliding on a downward slope, but I keep playing, baby. Here we go, here we go. My eyes don't want to see I'm living in a fading fantasy, but I don't want to leave. I'm in this little world of you and me. You give me too much attention. Oh, ooh, ooh, and you use it like a weapon. Oh, ooh, ooh, is it hell or heaven? Wish I knew it. What you doing? You make me crazy like kaleidoscopes, blurring my vision, lead me on with invisible rope. You give me just enough to hold out hope, but I keep playing, baby. Here we go. You make me crazy like kaleidoscopes, blurring my vision, lead me on with invisible rope. You got me gliding on a downward slope, but I keep looking, baby. Here we go, here we go.
Alright, so as you saw earlier, I made chicken coconut curry or some sort of version of that. It was really good. I Kind of wanted it to be a little bit sweeter, but it's okay. I can try that for the next recipe. I do have some like leftover chicken, so I'll figure that out. But I want to get back into reading my book because I put it down. I've been trying to be very present with reading my book. I'm so close to being done. This is how much left I have right here. But I've been trying to stay with it while listening to it so I could decode the Morse code messages as I'm going along. So while I was cooking, actually, I did pick up a NetGalley book that I had. It was an ARC. It is currently not an ARC anymore, but it did recently come out. It's called Truly, Madly, Deeply, I don't know if you can see that, by L.J. Shed. It is some sort of romance book. I don't know too much about it. So I think in the beginning, I'm not that far in. I'm literally like 2% into the book, but I know we have a girl named Cal. I think it's short for something, but we haven't found that out yet. And she's been crushing on her best friend. Her best friend's name is Dylan. Her best friend's brother since like middle school. And it sounds like there was like a graduation party, but she's gone away from it to talk to the guy. I forget his name. And I think they're starting to hook up or something. But that's about as far as I got because once the spicy scene started happening, my partner came downstairs while I was in the middle of cooking and I was like, I'm turning this off. So I didn't need that judgment in my life, but I'm gonna put Truly, Madly, Deeply aside for now and actually pick back up We Used to Live Here. I'm gonna finish out these last, I don't even know how many pages, 40 pages or so, and I will come back with my final thoughts.
A few moments later.
Holy crap. What did I just read? 5 stars. Like, what? I am so happy with the way that this book turned out. It was freaking amazing. So this is definitely going on my favorites list, and I'm just gonna recommend the heck out of this book. Like, I heard this was a debut. Like, to knock it out of the freaking park as a debut author, holy crap. I will be for sure reading by this author again. And if you haven't heard, this is being made into a movie, and I think Blake Lively is gonna be starring. So yeah, oh my gosh, I loved this so much. It was creepy even during the daytime, and the audio definitely adds to the creepy factor. So like, for sure, pick this book up. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So I'm gonna read another book, but it's gonna be like a totally different genre. I will put it up on the screen here. It's called October's Ocean by Delane Kopuk. I was gifted an ARC by Erik over at Break Even Books. He agented this book, and I wanted to kind of show my support by reading it and talking about it a little bit. So I'm gonna read the synopsis. The genres here are listed as contemporary, LGBTQ on Goodreads. And it says, Halloween on Jute Island is like a walking, talking costume parade. That's probably why Seth didn't notice her at first. The old black dress, wild hair, and accent didn't exactly stand out in October, but there is something about Peggy that draws Seth in. He hadn't felt anything but empty since Colin died, but suddenly he feels curious. And who is this new boy in town with ocean eyes that Seth can't look away from? As the waves of loss threaten to pull Seth under, his love of music and his new friends might just lead him back to shore. The Summer I Turned Pretty meets Outlander in this beautiful story of teenage love, loss, and friendship. So definitely like very different genre, but I think this will be a nice change up, especially because my audiobook that I'm listening to is a romance. My audiobook I'm listening to is a contemporary romance, so I don't think I will confuse these too much. It seems like October's Ocean is more YA, so it should be okay not confusing who is who. But what I'm really excited for is that October's Ocean is kind of set in spooky season, and it is almost Halloween, so very excited to get to read this during Halloween. Good morning, friends. Today is Tuesday, October 29th, and still sick. I'm on the upswing though. I am definitely feeling a lot better. I'm just very like nasally. There's a lot of phlegm, a lot of that. Lots of coughing last night, trying to expel this sickness, this phlegm. So I have been doing a little bit of work this morning, and I'm actually very frustrated right now, not with like stuff that I'm doing. It's more related to another clinician that has like totally disregarded helping a patient. Basically, here's my little rant. Person goes in for therapy, like for an intake, and I think it had maybe one session, discloses that they're very, very depressed and having thoughts of suicide without intent or plan. The therapist basically just said, you need to go to more intensive treatment. Didn't even help him find intensive treatment, and I'm kind of like, this might be unethical. Like, I don't know. I'm asking, I'm like consulting with some colleagues, but I just feel like this therapist didn't do their due diligence, and I kind of want to like tear a new one into them, because it's like, how can you be so dismissive of somebody who's seeking help? They're trying. And for them to then be at the level of depressed that they are, they don't have that motivation to go and just find treatment. Like, if you're someone who's not depressed right now, it may be very easy for you to just pull up a Google search and do that, okay? Yes, that is exactly what I did to find stuff in our area, but like, holy crap. Why couldn't the therapist do this with him in session? Not every therapy session is for solving, you know, the day-to-day stressors or working on coping skills. Sometimes it's literally finding more intensive treatment, and I'm kind of like, what? Oh my gosh. Don't be a shitty therapist. So I am in the role where I'm not a therapist. I do psychological evaluations, and this person came in to understand if he is on the autism spectrum, which he very clearly is, and also is very depressed and has some anxiety too. Like clinical level of depression is pretty high, and I'm over here doing the work trying to find these things for him. And I am meeting with him rather soon to go over his results and stuff and get him into treatment, because I think that he really needs it. Like, if it's a matter of having to call places with him, like, or maybe even getting his parents involved because he is a young adult, that's all you have to do. It is not that hard to be a good person, to just do your job. Like, I don't know. Okay. So that's my rant. I don't know. I'm just working on work stuff and doing laundry right now. Later, I'm going to be making a tart. My partner was initially supposed to go to this work event, and he asked me to bake something, but we're both still sick. So I was like, well, I have the ingredients. So I'm going to make this tart and we're going to eat it. So you'll see me make that later. I did want to update you on 2 books that I'm reading. So I told you I think I might like not try to confuse everybody and talk about both right now, but I am listening to Truly Madly Deeply. I kind of understand it a little bit more. Basically, I think when she's 18, she ends up losing her virginity to her best friend's brother, and ends up losing her best friend too, because her best friend is like, people only want to, you know, be my friend because my brother is so hot or whatever. And then I think it fast forwards 4 years later when she graduates college, and just like she ends up getting back together with this best friend's brother. I'll kind of leave that story there for now and update you later, but the main one I'm going to focus on right now is the one I am physically reading. It's called October's Ocean. I want to try to not spoil it, but so far what I understand is that we have Seth, who is grieving the loss of his best friend, maybe boyfriend. It hasn't explicitly said that, but Colin died, and it sounds like Colin has died by suicide. At least that's what the main character thinks at the point I'm at, and I think I'm about 25% through the book or something. Potentially as a result of his grieving, he is seeing ghosts, but he also lives on Jute Island, which has some history of like Celtic folklore and stuff. And there's this church with a graveyard, and there's a family of 3 graves. There was one for the 4th daughter named Margaret, who that daughter like mysteriously died. We don't know what happened to her. She was nicknamed Maggie, by the way. Well, Seth then starts seeing this red-haired girl kind of popping up in places, and she eventually reveals her name is Peggy, and you later find out that Peggy is another nickname for Margaret. Maggie, kind of like back in the olden days. He hears her singing this tune, this Celtic tune that ends up being like Braun, her brother's like melody. Seth ends up getting a binder full of sheet music from his band teacher. He plays the clarinet, and ends up playing this song, and then Peggy kind of just magically appears. So right now, they're kind of at the point where Seth's wondering why he can see Peggy, and she said, well, maybe it's because what happened to your friend Colin, and also Halloween's like right around the corner. More spooky stuff starts to happen. So we're kind of still like setting up the story. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm really excited to see like where this story's gonna go, but yeah, it's very different from the other story that I'm reading, which is like, I think this one's more like YA contemporary romance fiction. I'm not really sure if there's romance involved or if there was like kind of this past off-page romance between the boy. I have no idea. But the other one is very much an adult or new adult contemporary romance, so it's easy to not get the two confused. But anyways, I'm gonna get back to doing some work, and then at some point I will be taking a break to make a tart.
When you smile and it feels so good, I just can't hide. I wanna hold your hand, but I get too shy. Just me and you, what should I do? I used to be so quiet, like a flower on your wall, and everything around you made me feel like I was small. But then you said my name, now it feels so strange. I've been waiting, oh so patient. Now the colors on my room are changing. Oh God, this feels amazing. Starting now with you, and I don't mind. You give me butterflies when you smile, and it feels so good. I just can't hide. I wanna hold your hand, but I get too shy. Just me and you, what should I do? You give me butterflies, oh what a surprise. The thought of your kiss as the people walk by. I'm just dying to ask, wouldn't hurt to try. Just me and you, what should I do? I hope you hit me back, cause I can't wait to see you. Everything's a vibe, the both of us. Who knew how fast things became? Now it feels so great. I've been waiting, oh so patient. Now the colors on my room are changing. Oh God, this feels amazing. Starting now with you, and I don't mind. You give me butterflies when you smile, and it feels so good. I just can't hide. I wanna hold your hand, but I get too shy. Just me and you, what should I do? You give me butterflies, oh what a surprise. The thought of your kiss as the people walk by. I'm just dying to ask, wouldn't hurt to try. Just me and you, what should I do? Day and night I'm missing you, keep running around my head, just dreaming every possibility. Oh, think about a moment where I'm lying next to you. It's like a fantasy. You give me butterflies when you smile, and it feels so good. I just can't hide. I wanna hold your hand, but I get too shy. Just me and you, what should I do? You give me butterflies, oh what a surprise. The thought of your kiss as the people walk by. I'm just dying to ask, wouldn't hurt to try. Just me and you, what should I do?
The lighting's like super harsh right now. Also, this is probably being filmed about a week after I got over being sick, but I wanted to wrap up the vlog and give you guys my final thoughts on the two books that I finished up. So I'm going to start with Truly Madly Deeply by LJ Shin. So this one was between Cal, or Calla Litvin, and she's been in love with her best friend's brother, Ro, also known as Ambrose Casablancas for just like as long as she can recall. Except she doesn't realize this until she's like in her early 20s. She just kind of is like, oh, he's been there for me all along. Not realizing that, hey, like maybe he also has feelings for me too. But Ro has also been madly in love with Cal ever since he laid eyes on her. I would say this is probably like a slow burn. Throughout the story, he starts to realize that Cal may not love him back, but I think they just need to communicate. So they are essentially going through this story, trying to understand why they maybe had this little falling out and getting over the fact that the best friend shouldn't be controlling their love life. First of all, I was like gravitated towards this book because it's LJ Shen, but it's funny because I've never read anything by LJ Shen, but I do have 4 books by LJ Shen here, the whole series. Second, the tropes of grumpy sunshine and enemies to lovers. Those are like some of my favorite tropes. So I was like, heck yes, I have to read this. In addition to the fact that this is a standalone in the series. So I love that I can just pick up anywhere in the series and read the book and not feel like I have to go in order. While Ro is like a major asshole at times, he is absolutely swoon worthy. Like he is just so madly, deeply, truly, I know I have out of order. He's just so in love with Cal, and Cal's a little young, but like she'll get there, right? It's hard not to like fall in love with him too. He is so kind that like one of the most heartwarming parts in the story was Cal's trying to overcome and fight some of her demons that were rooted in like high school, like just some mean girl stuff happened. I'm not trying to spoil what he does, but he's like, I'm gonna be here by your side. I'm gonna do this with you. Like, let's go. I'm not gonna let you avoid this any longer. I'm gonna be here to fight your demons with you. So I cannot wait to read more by LJ Shen, and this like makes me more excited to read this whole series. So that was fun, and I also was able to get a NetGalley book off of my shelves, which was even better for me. Overall, I did rate that one a 4-star. Another book that I ended up rating 4 stars was October's Ocean. So that was the other book that I was reading as well, and this one, as I mentioned before, was an arc that was sent to me by Erik over at Break Even Books because he was the agent for this book. This one takes place around Halloween and like the months leading up to it and almost the year after it. So you do get like an epilogue about a year later. So what happens in the beginning is Seth's best friend Colin died. He thinks that Colin has died by suicide, and you find out later if that is really what happened or not. And the story is following Seth as he sees this ghost named Peggy. Peggy's part of Jute Island's like long-standing history, and kind of I think a lot of things come into play with like grief and trying to understand what's happened, learn some of the lore and the history of the island and the family heritage stuff. Like that was all really cool. You get some really fun aspects where like Peggy is in cahoots with Seth trying to scare some other people because there's like mean girl energy going on. There's some heartwarming moments where people are showing that they love each other. There's some history coming to light, like what truly happened amongst these families with Colin, all of the descendants of these families on Jute Island. So it was very cool to just see these multiple storylines come together. You know, you do obviously get a happily ever after, but I felt like there were some areas where I wish that we had more information because, and maybe this is not like the author's fault, but like on Goodreads, it's labeled as LGBTQ, and it's like Seth did gain a new friend, William, and it's kind of unclear if this was also supposed to maybe be like a romance with them, because I think they did share like a kiss or something, but we didn't go much further than really their friendship, I feel like. So I'm a little confused, and then I'm also kind of confused about his relationship with Peggy. I don't know, there were just some things that probably needed to be fleshed out a little bit better, but overall I thought the story was fantastic. It was a great YA read, especially for the spooky season and just getting into Halloween and things like that. There's nothing scary about it, so like this would be perfect for probably someone in later middle school, maybe high school. Like this was, I think, a really good read. So thank you to Erik, and I really appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to read an advanced reader's copy. Both books are out now, so you're welcome to go ahead and read them yourself. But I'm not sick anymore, so here ends the sick girl vlog. But thanks for clicking on today's video and giving this sick girl a chance, although now she's a healthy girl. If you're interested in checking out some of my other content, I will leave it here. But don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!